waiting on me to work on this dude. I think that's really, really awesome. Be sure and hit that like button. Got 6 of you there. Michael S., the Carving Wizard, Perry, Raja, Bendigo, Hana. What's going on, buddy? Glad to see you. Dellen's Handmade Woodworking. Glad to see you. Dad. Awesome. Michael S., super fan. Runic. Hey, what's going on, guys? Glad to see you guys in there. All right, be sure and hit that like button. I'm going to get this thing fired up. So I just went and picked the MS170 back up today, and I got a brand new Archer 12-inch carving bar on this dude. We're going to see how this does. A brand new full complement chain. You look at that. Look how close some teeth are together. All right, yeah. Anyway, let me get some earmuffs. I already started this dude, so it's ready to go. And there ain't no way I'm going to get this thing done today, but I'm going to get a lot of wing decal done. I got it drew out on both sides. But we'll see how it goes there. Yeah, my neighbor just texted me, but should be all right. Anyway, y'all be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. Share it with a friend if you can, and we'll get going. And I got my light lit up. All right. Getting there. I mean, it might end up looking like a giant turkey vulture. I don't know. Be sure and hit that like button. What's going on? West Country Mudlarks. Kevin, Dorica, what's up, guys? seems awful stiff. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, it's oil and it's really throwing the oil, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, it's in the bar, but the chain is not wanting to slide through it, and I can't think it's plugged up already. I didn't think so, but I don't know. It's kind of odd. Well, I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of that real quick. All right, that's just part of being live. You had technical difficulties. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Be sure and hit the like button. And you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to hit the like button. That's fine too. Let's see if we can kind of get an idea. It's just got awful stiff, and I'm not sure what the deal is because it really seems like it's oiling good. And so, and that bar should be loose, and that chain should be loose. So, no, it's not loose enough. We'll find out. Might not be good for an archer. You never know. Okay. Hard to say. Let's see how that does. It's flowing through, so it's a little on the stiff side, but it is flowing through. And it's got good oil. I mean, the oil's all over the Eagle, so. Hey, worst thing that happens is it gets you on fire. Hit that like button. All right. Throwing the oil, so I don't know. That's odd. That's really odd. I mean, it's throwing the metal too. It's actually throwing metal out of it too. Woo, that baby's hot. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go to the other one, let that cool down, and come back to it. That's what I'll do. I'll just go to this one. And I never put any fuel in it, but you just never know with these things. And it might not be worth nothing. I don't know. That's just the guy bought the kit that I had fixed that saw, and that saw's running awesome. But anyway, I'll let that one cool down. I mean, it is new, and I do remember this one when I first got my 10-inch Forester bar, that it would get pretty warm and it would smoke, but it was still oiling, but it would do that. So it might just be a breaking it in, something in and in. You just never know. Be sure to hit that like button. see how she flows, how she goes. Pretty stiff. Yeah, that's pretty stiff. I don't know. We'll find out. Something goofy there. I'm gonna have to check into, but it is what it is. You'll have that. Let's see what we got here. 78 and 31. Heck, I think we could get more likes. Old Path Woodworks, you smuck. Hey, Garden, my good friend, what's going on? Glad to see you. Grumpy, aka Cheech. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Glad you're in there making stuff, my man. Awesome. Hey, Matthew, what's up? All right, guys, I'll keep going. We'll get this baby. I'm gonna go ahead and dig these loops out with this saw, and yeah, we'll just keep going with it. That's a little Mark song. together for a while. Maybe this needs broke in. I mean, I do remember that my other one was that bar right there was like that when I got it. It took forever for it to kind of come along. But as long as it's oil. I mean, it's oiling. That's the heck of it. So, chain's nice and loose. It's hard to say. I mean, it actually jumps out of the bar pretty easily. So, I don't know. Kind of weird. It's really weird. Not too good, not too bad. Somewhere in the middle, that's where we try to be. But so far, yeah, it's working out okay. All right, let me take a drink of my coffee real quick. Appreciate y'all being in there. Be sure to hit that like button. We sure appreciate it. I got a curiosity. I got a brand new Forester 10-inch bar. And I was just wondering what the tip difference is. The new one to the used one. Not much. Not really. Actually, looks pretty good. Okay. All right, cool. I'll keep right on going. Hey, y'all, we got up to, what are we in there? Half hour. We got 43 likes. It'd be nice to hit 50 likes. If y'all could hit that like button. EW, Creation Dust 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. We got Roy's Timber Art Techniques, Last Breath Woodworks, The Electric Whittler. Man, that's awesome. Michael S., super fan. Glad to see y'all in there. Like I said, be sure to hit the like. That's for sure. I wonder if I set it up here, if it'd be easier for, well, I gotta make it be able to stay like that first. That'd be the hard part. What do you think, Doc? You gonna stay? Heck no, he ain't gonna stay. Let's screw him down or something. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I could put him in the jaw vise, actually. Let me do that. That probably makes the most sense. Now, if that dude falls while I'm jacking around, I'll just cry because I was being stupid. That's all you can say, right? That's what you get. All right, set this down. This has still got the second little bear I started to carve on Sunday, and I didn't finish it. Stuck in it. Yeah, we'll set that thing up in here. Make it easier to, a little easier to work on that one. Stupid thing still. Yeah. Clamp that baby down. I mean, he's trying to take flight, you know. That makes it hard, you know. And you only got so big a net. Guy can't cooperate, you know. Let's see. Y'all can't see it now. All right, we got the 50 likes. How about that? Let me see if I can take this and set a little block under it and jack it up a little bit. You can kind of see the whole thing a little better. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carve it better like that from this angle, because, you know, with this here, you know, now I'm trying to dig in as I come up. Heck, I might have to get on a ladder. I don't know. Maybe I'd have been better off to leave it the way it was. So I guess I'll dig at it a little bit. So yeah, when I was going like that. So I got to try to do the same thing coming across here. And it's probably going to be too high on that. I don't know. We'll find out. I could do a little bit that way. Every little bit probably help. I'll try the Archer for a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. I remember having to play with the I remember having to play with that Forester when it was new. So I guess you'll have that. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna loosen it a little bit. Yeah, that's a strangely tight. I don't understand it. I mean, I know I'm seeing metal wear, and metal wear would be normal. Maybe put a little more sag in it. I don't know. I'm loosening that thing all the way up. See how it goes. Hope everybody's having a pretty good day. I was, but I hate having to work on stuff in the live stream. And I don't have to. It's just I would rather this worked. I don't know what the heck. And it could be that the bar got a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know. You know what? What the heck? Let's just take it all the way off and find out. I'm already this far. I got the nuts loose. You know, the screw's loose in my head already, right? Yeah, that guy thinks it's funny. Well, I'll kick him in the head. Man, you guys are brutal. Okay. Let's pull all this apart. Let's see. Okay, hole. Hole's not plugged up. I do like it's got 2 oil tube holes in it. Let me take this piece off and set it down. And we'll see what we got. Let's take them off too. Give my ears a second to cool down, you know. So it don't want to make that turn. That's where it's getting hung up, in the tip. So I don't know if it's too tight. What's going on in there? When you look at it, it's like the tip. I'm guessing that I'm just getting it too hot. I don't have it loose enough, and it's not going over the tip right. And I wouldn't be shocking. I know what I can do to fix this. So I've been down this road before with the other one. So let's see if I can find a tool here. I'm looking. I want to make it work. And you know how it is. I mean, don't we all? So I just found sometimes that in the beginning these things will get, and actually as they age too, they can get kind of tight in there. And just for instance, I had the same chain when I finally put a new chain in on that, which is these carbon chains just last forever. I mean, it's crazy how long they last. I might have to buff that. I don't know. We're going to find out. The worst thing that happens, I break it. See if that'll flow over now. In the end, I think it was too tight, and that tip got hot. See if it's still wanting to hang up. It looks like right here. I don't know. I'm not going to play with it very much. We'll find out. Worst thing happens, I ruin the thing, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. It's flowing over now. Good. All right, let's put it back on and see what happens. And I'm just going to have to leave it looser. But you can look, and you can see where it's been getting hot, real hot right there on the tip. And it just wasn't loose enough, I guess. And I thought I put it loose, but you got to think that's all brand new, too. And I had to do that with the Forester, so I'm not too shocked. But that's every bit of where it was hanging at. It's right there where it needs to be real loose anyway. So let's try it again. And I'll flip it over. Might as well flip it over while I'm at it. We'll burn up the other side now. That way it'll be evenly burnt. Okay. Come on there, happy chain. Yeah, I had that same problem with the other bar. And I really think it's just the chain being too tight. And new like that, I mean, it's too late. You know, and maybe it wasn't oiling good enough for a while there. But everything's clean. And actually, that has 2 oil ports. And there's oil everywhere. So the chains are wet. Everything's real wet. Make sure I didn't put the chain on backwards. Nope, I didn't. Although I would not act like I'm never one to do that. I tell you when I screw up. I don't care. Uh-oh, somebody's throwing money at me. What we got here? I'm not stripping. Let's see, $10. Hey, I appreciate that, Sophie. Just don't expect me to dance or nothing, okay? Hey, $8.25. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'll take it. I appreciate you, Sophie. That's really awesome. And you know, I mean, that's when you have that. Whoa! When you have that ability to take in the supers and stuff, it really helps you pay for this fixing this stuff. I went down there and I got this whole assembly with chain bar sprocket. This saw needed worked on. I bought a 10-inch bar, and carb was taken off and clean. Muffler. I mean, the muffler looks brand new, but that is the original muffler. And $243. So you know you can spend a lot of money. I sure appreciate that, Sophie. And hey, guys, check her channel out. She's an awesome lady. She makes some nice stuff. Hey, we got up to 64 likes. I can't believe that. 50 minutes. I wonder if we can get up to. I wonder if we can get 11 more. Get 75 in there by 7:30. Boy, that sure be so cool. You guys are awesome. But hey, check out Sophie. Check her channel out there. Yeah, we got all kinds of people. Yeah, Under the Bark. Check her out. She's awesome. Okay, I really appreciate that. Oh, come on, baby. Work freer now. Pretty good. Not too bad, not too good. I think I'll go ahead and drop it back down and dig these feet out. But anyway, see how it's flowing. So you feel it there. It's pretty hot. And it's like it's going through the whole thing again. And I mean, that's loose. So I'm not really sure. We're going to find out though. We'll keep right on it going and start working on the feet a little bit. I want to take this back down. And the head, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of nervous about the head. And I mean, it could come out wonky looking. Somebody would still buy it. It's just the way it is. But I want to try to do better than the last time I made one of these. I had one of these, though, and I sold it. So, okay. It's pulling over. It's like if it cools off, it pulls over. Okay, but yeah, it's a little odd there. I'm not sure. Well, you're about out of fuel, it looks like. Man, if I had a harder lock, put fuel in it, wouldn't I? And let's see. Make sure that baby's got good oil still. Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's eating oil, though. I mean, it's really going through it, which that's good. I mean, that thing's got 2 ports in the bar. The Forester's only got 1. I mean, they got 1 per side. Oh, crap. Did you guys see what I just did? I cannot believe I did that yet again. That is the second time I've done that. I gotta take it and dump it over here in the trash can. Yeah, that's coming out great. I can't believe it though. I mean, I've already done that. I don't know. I've done it twice. So this would be the third time I've grabbed the wrong bottle and put it in there. So we'll have to burn this baby up, put some gas in it. I did that last time. I just put fresh gas in it, and it ran okay. But honestly, that could have attributed to why that ended up at the shop to begin with. The muffler got plugged up, and I mean, he pulled the carb off, cleaned it out, and he said, "Man, I never seen so much sawdust in a carb." I don't know how it's getting in there because I mean I can't clean the filter out. But that said, I think ultimately why that I've never had that happen before where a muffler plugged up like that, and I think it's because this exact same saw. I've done that 2 times previously. I've dumped my bar oil in my fuel, and I get in a hurry, man. It's just the way it is. Anyway, all right, let's turn this back over here. What are we up to? 70. Man, sure would be nice. Hey, we even got some rubies. I'm not sure what to do with the rubies, but I got some. Okay, let's see if it'll run. I don't know. I might have just plugged this thing up already. You guys see how that chain is flying over? Okay. Hey, it's running. That's what I know. Okay, let's just fill this one back up and keep working on this guy for now. Okay. Plenty of oil. Don't dump gas in this one too, or oil in this one too. You retread. It's got plenty of oil. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that tip. And I'm going to have to do some more. I might have to take it off, brush it down, gouge it out. I'm not sure what's going on there. I just knew it's getting hot on the tip. And it ran like gangbusters for a while. All right, that's good enough. Okay. But you'll have that. Wake up, baby. Uh-huh. Man. baby around and work on the other side a little bit, I'd say. What we got? 7:30. All right. Yeah, I'll work on this side just a little bit. Might as well. Already got it going there. Let's see what we got. All right, 75 and 60. Pretty good. I see Kevin, Dad. Mike is making stuff. What's going on? Glad to see you guys. All right. I'll keep right on the rocking here just a little bit more. And be nice if at this point, if we could get about, I don't know, maybe 10 more likes or so. See my like button up there? Uh-huh. Yeah, you know you see it. You know you want to. Okay. All right, looky mover. I think I'll go to the tail because the tail has got to be united with the other side. And I might as well, so to this side too, but of course most of these ain't gonna be right, but they'll have to be when I pull them through. So I can look at these, and that actually takes some time. So I think I'm gonna do that. Not too bad. I mean, considering it's the back, I'm not going to worry about it too much. How about that? All right, just a little bit more. I'm going to work these. I might as well work these because they're pretty fairly easy. And these are totally dictated by what the other side is. So, yeah. That's getting there. Ain't too bad, ain't too good. It's just a funny angle and the way it is. Okay, I'm going to burn this Archer bar up one more time for a few minutes. I'll figure out what the heck. It's got fuel in it. Except for where the heck I put it. There it is. Man, I tell you, I'm just having dumb after dumb. Okay. Weird enough. I guess I'm gonna have to play with that thing and see what's going on now. Oh well. All right, guys. I'll tell you what. We're gonna come back to that dude on. Much as I hate to leave, we're gonna come back to that dude on Thursday and try to get the chainsaw carving portion of it finished. Well, that's a pretty long project to do one of these Eagles like that. But 75 minutes. Hey, baby kisses. What's going on? Glad to see you. Heck yeah. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'll have a couple multiple things of this saw. So I don't know. I need to figure it out. Now, in all fairness, the way it's running now might be because of the oil. I'll tell you what, before I quit, let me play with this thing some more. I'm going to take that bar off. I mean, I'm going to be out here anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take that bar off. And so there's no resistance. And let that saw run some. Yeah, I just, you know, sometimes we're done. Just the way it goes. At least I can admit it, you know what I mean? Must be, I never made a mistake. Okay. All right, Jesus. All right. Even Adam, perfect guy, he still made mistakes there. Well, he didn't make a mistake. He made a choice. That's the difference between Adam and all the rest of us. We can't help it. the bar. The saw's fine. It's all what's going on with that bar. And I need to figure it out. And I'll tell you what, there ain't no transparent or lack of transparency here. I don't care. If it don't go good, it don't go good. But I'm telling you, it's going to be in the tip of that bar. And it's, yeah, it kind of makes me wonder. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say it's a 50 gauge bar, so it doesn't say. Let's compare it to the grooves in it. See, groove rise to me, yeah, they're probably about the same. To me, this one looks, the channel looks a little wider. When you look at them, it's just the way it looks. I don't know. But what I know is the tip's getting hot on that thing. And I'm going to have to do some inquiry on this and see. Because it's all right there. I mean, the chain is flowing through everywhere else, right? Where's that chain at? Okay. And you'll have that. I don't know. You know, I mean, that's not like my, I like to carve stuff. When it comes to mechanical, you know, I mean, I can get by a little bit, but not great. You know, I can change a starter or something, you know. How's that flow? See, everywhere else, that's great. Until you get to the tip where it got warm. And then it don't want to flow over. So, and if you look at it, it's just like it's getting too hot on the tip. I mean, obviously you can see that by the burn on there. So, I don't know. Worst thing that happens, I break it. I'd hate to do that because it's brand new, but I mean, what do you say? You know, it ain't working now, right? It's definitely getting tight on that tip. So I had to do this with the Forester when I put a new chain on it. The chain and the bar had wore down together, and you know, I mean, you can kind of imagine that. And it might take some buffing in there too, but you shouldn't have to do this. I mean, it shouldn't be that that quick to go like that. And the only thing I can think of is that really is that maybe this the channel, maybe this is for 0.43. It does not say that. That's why I was looking at it like I was. So I'm like, man, maybe this ain't supposed to have a 50 gauge chain on it. You know, I don't know. Okay, well, if it won't flow over that, it won't flow over nothing. I definitely bent it out. I guess I'm going to go on with it and see what it does. We'll put it back on and see how long it stays like that. Because that definitely is open. Like, I mean, I might have to take some of the tip off. It's that open. Okay, let's put it back on that way. One thing that's flowing over good now. But that's what I was wondering. And I guess when I get in there, you know, I just took what the guy sold me, and he doesn't, you know, he's not into carving stuff. He's just now kind of getting into carving stuff because he met me. He does stuff for foresters and tree trimming companies and tree clearing. And you know, carving's a niche. Most of your chainsaw guys aren't gonna know, but like one or two guys that do it. So he's probably learning about the same as I am. Although the dude's good with the saw, I can tell you, fixing saws, I can tell you that. Okay, where do I put my scrunch at after there it is. I was gerrymandering my bar around a little bit. All I know is I'm gonna find out how long that flows. If it keeps flowing good for, you know, 5, 6, 7 minutes, it's probably probably be all right. But when I get it done, I'm gonna have to research the bar and see if that bar, what that bar is. It's got a part number on it, but it doesn't say anything about the gauge on it. Check it out, see if it's still, look at that. It was running right around there with no problem. See, it's got a little hang error. Once I stopped, now it's wanting to hang up. But it was fine at first. Okay, keep using it. What I can say about it is it's absolutely oiled up. I mean, there's oil everywhere, but it's still like it's starting to get hard in that end. But it's going over. I mean, you know, what do you do? I don't know. Oh, well. I'll go ahead and zip out a little bit more of this top of it. forward a little bit. Or lay it over, I guess I should say. It's still flowing over. That's the thing, automatically. I didn't have to do anything. Heck, I got that far with that wing. I'll do the other wing. It don't take that long to do the wings, I guess, once you get going. Or if I stand that dude up, maybe make it a little easier for me. I don't know. I think we've been down this road once, right? As much trouble as we've had today, I don't know that I want to stand that up there and hope it don't fall, right? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Let's just do him on the ground. How much time we got? I didn't want to go past 8. 7:57. You know what? We probably ought to just quit. Guys, we appreciate y'all being in here. I hate to leave when there's so many people watching. That's the heck of it. But that said, we'll be back in here Thursday, 6:30. Oh, I won't be here Thursday. I'll have to do Friday this week because I got something I have to do Thursday. So, yeah, it'll be Friday. I'll probably pop back in Friday, 6:30, 7, something like that. I won't have any kind of time constraint at all. And, I mean, it just sucks to leave and you got so many people watching. But that said, we'll finish that guy up on Friday will be the plan. And then don't forget Creation Dust 777 sometime between 2:30 and 3:30 tomorrow. And, of course, we'll do Friday this week. Hey, Team Quack Attack, glad to see you, man. We'll do Friday this week, and then Sunday. Yeah, this Sunday. Wait a minute. I don't know. People might not want me to do it this Sunday. I don't have to be to practice my faith till 3:30. So you know what I mean? And some of you ain't gonna be doing anything but sitting at home anyway. So I may go ahead and do Sunday morning. You know what I mean? That's what I got. All right, guys. Hey, I'll leave you guys alone, and we will see you when we see you. Probably Friday. Come back when you can stay later, yes.